Hello and welcome to Situate Weather Club's newest severe weather update for today. I'm going to talk about the severe weather threat that's expected today over most of southern New England and parts of northern New England. Okay, so the risk for severe weather. The highest risk is going to be in interior New England. And when I say interior, it's going to be away from the coast, an exception for southern Connecticut, but mostly like other places such as like the coastal plain, Massachusetts areas like Bridgewater and Taunton are going to be mostly non-severe today, although they might get some severe thunderstorms later today, and I'll talk about that later in the next slide. But the it's going to be mostly a heavy rain, gusty wind, and hail event. There's really no tornado threat with this at all. Okay, so the timing, it's going to start out around 1 to 3 p.m. and it's going to start, that's when the thunderstorms are going to start initiating around the Albany area, and they're going to start moving eastwards until they reach the central Massachusetts. That's going to be by like middle of the afternoon, and then they're going to start to dissipate after that when they start to get near the coastal plain, and that's when they start running out of potential energy to form. But so they're really not going to make it to the coastal plain because by the time they get there, it's going to be nightfall. Like it's going to be like 9 o'clock at night, and they're going to run out of energy in the atmosphere too. They're not going to have the instability that they will in interior New England. Okay, so this is just telling you for potential energy what are the factors that we have today for thunderstorms to form, and one of them is the dew point temperature. And the dew point temperature is a good indicator of how severe thunderstorms are going to get today because it tells you how much moisture is in the air. And dew point temperature the dew point temperature is going to be in the upper 60s today for most, if not all of us, in the exception for northern Maine. But that is going to significantly increase the threat for the severity of storms because it has a higher the air has a higher water content in the air, which which is going to end up leading to stronger thunderstorms. Okay, so potential energy. Now I'm going to take in consideration the cloud cover. Right now, it's pretty much overcast everywhere you look, an exception for southern Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. But as you go throughout the afternoon, in a couple hours, the cloud cover is significantly going to decrease in interior Massachusetts, but that's an exception for again the coastal plain, and that's another reason why there's not going to be that much instability there, and thunderstorms should decrease throughout the nightfall. So they're not going to get much severe thunderstorms there. They might get a couple sprinkles tonight or a couple of showers, maybe a couple of heavy showers, but nothing like what you're going to see in interior Massachusetts. It's also going to lead to rising temperatures because if you have decreased cloud cover, that means you have more sunlight is going to be able to be let through to the ground, and it's going to heat up the ground more, and you're going to be able to speed up the water cycle, which is going to make for more thunderstorms. Okay, so potential energy, CAPE, and this is basically CAPE is potential energy. It's convective available potential energy, and basically it's how much potential energy is available in the atmosphere, and it's measured in units that probably. Oh yeah, it's hard to understand if you didn't take physics, but it's joules per kilogram. Joule is a measure of energy, and kilogram is a mass. So it's basically how much energy is in a parcel of air, or in like a kilogram of air or something like that. But as a result of the decreased cloud cover, the CAPE will steadily increase throughout the next couple of hours, and this will significantly boost the risk for severe weather. The more CAPE you have, the more severe the storms will be, and this is basically almost a direct correlation of how much CAPE you have to how severe the weather is. And you can see that you have a lot of CAPE towards the White Plains around New York City and up near the Lowell area, up Lowell Lawrence area, and up towards south western Connecticut and western Massachusetts and eastern New York State. And this is going to lead to a lot of thunderstorms there, and possibly they're probably going to get severe today. But as you can see, towards you get to the coastal plain of Massachusetts, the cape starts decreasing until it gets to nothing around the Duxbury area and around Providence area, and that's the area where you're not really going to get much. There's not enough instability today to get anything. And the cold front's still going to come through you today because the reason why it was so windy last night was because a warm front came through. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold today, but there's a warm front that came through last night, and that's why it was so windy. And now there's always going to be a cold front that's following the warm front. So the cold front is coming through tonight, and it's going to bring the severe thunderstorms with it. And so the cold front's still going to go through everywhere, and it's going to push offshore eventually. But it's just not going to. The difference between the interior and the coastal plain will be that it doesn't have the energy, the energy and the instability that it will in central Massachusetts. Then when it gets to the coastal plain. Okay, these are the sources I used. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for tuning in. Bye. This is Stormy Reinhardt.